Hi, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba. Yeah, we're filming. Hi, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba. This is Paula Deming here with us today. Paula Deming actually covers Doctor Who reactions over there on the Fan Theory TV YouTube channel. You guys should go check that out. Yeah. Also, she does Twitch and YouTube gaming, streaming stuff. Yeah.
Bit of a nerd.
Bit of a self-proclaimed nerd right here. Hey, have you heard of Bohemian Rhapsody?
I have heard of Bohemian Rhapsody.
This is how we talk off camera. Hey.
Hey.
Paula.
I have in fact heard of Bohemian. Have you heard of Bohemian Rhapsody?
Answer now.
Comment below.
Well, you said you saw the trailer in the theaters, but there's this featurette out called Becoming Freddie. Which I'm excited to see because that's the big appeal of this movie is Rami Malek, Mr. Robot, right? That's the one, yeah.
Also, he was in a video game that I started playing that I haven't finished called Until Dawn, which is like a horror film, teen flick video game.
Bringing it full circle.
Bringing
it full circle. Right
looping
there.
it all around.
Looping it all around. But yeah, let's get into this, Paula. Let's do it.
Do it.
I've heard this song. I think I know this song. Something about rock.
Can you see what you could be?
Kind of a weird looking dude, to be honest.
One of the first times I heard about this was the producers calling me on the phone and asking if I would come to Los Angeles.
He's American.
The mustache.
Considering me for this role of Freddie Mercury.
Wow.
It really helps his face, I think, actually.
He came in,
fills it out.
Wow, this is Freddie. And he wasn't just acting, it was something that came natural to him.
That's cool to hear. Yeah, being mad someday in your face. Oh, this is gonna be so cool.
When you set out to play Freddie Mercury, you think, how am I ever going to fill those shoes? It's an immense responsibility, but one that I was very eager to take on.
That's cool.
So this is Queen. You must be Freddie Mercury. You've got a gift.
Peter Baelish
You
is
don't
in
want
this.
to mimic Freddie. You
Quite
want
the
to be able
jacket.
to understand why he did what he did. I had some top choreographers come in and realized choreographer's not going to help me. I needed a movement coach.
Interesting.
I spent a lot of time with him trying to work out little mannerism tricks.
Oh, how cool.
Every eye look, every turn.
What?
Every flick of the microphone.
What a cool job to be a movement coach.
I know.
The way he moves and talks is so Freddie that it's completely magical.
Wow.
Rami's worked so hard. Any given moment, he's always practicing Freddie's moves. But also, he's found a real humanity to this character that I don't think many people see.
We had about 50 hours of costume fittings with heels.
Oh my goodness.
Holy cow.
Tightest fitting satin pants, an entire lycra outfit.
Do you think
When
he
you
had...
dress as Freddie does, it makes every day feel like it's gonna be a good time.
Do you think he had like body image issues while he was like having to fit into lycra suits and being like, oh god.
We're going to shock an audience. It's one of the best performances I've seen for a very, very long time.
It's been a lot. Everyone's sucked in the past few years. He's good though. Wow.
Oh man, I feel pumped after watching that.
There's one thing this movie has, sure, because from seeing the trailers, I've had only one concern, and this might seem like a silly concern, but I think it's kind of valid. When I see the trailers, it's always these like epic concert shots and so much music overlapping, which gets me excited because I grew up on Queen. I really love Queen. Freddie Mercury, I consider the best vocalist of all time. I'm really looking forward to this, but then when I watch the trailers, I kind of sit back and go, is there a real plot here, or is it just like a bunch of cool concert scenes?
Concert video?
Yeah. And I know there was like this whole thing is Bryan Singer directed this movie, and that hasn't really been put front and center.
I didn't even know that.
See, that's what I mean. It's
They're
like
burying.
they have to.
Yeah,
and
they do have to.
Rightfully so. And there was a whole thing where like he didn't even like finish some of the movie or whatever, and the cinematographer had to do it. Which, like, looking at the footage here, I'm like, well, the movie looks great though, you know, in that department. But if there's one thing for sure that will be great from this movie, and arguably is the most important thing, it's going to be Rami Malek's performance as Freddie Mercury. That's going to be perfect.
I'm just thinking about it as, you know, a performer. If there was like fear in him in like taking on this role, to take on such an iconic character with such specific mannerisms and things about him, whether or not he felt like a lot of pressure, or if he was like hesitant, or if he was just like, I can do this, I'm diving right in, I got this.
Well, it seems to me that the best actors take on roles that they truly feel challenged to. Roles act terrifying. And there was that part in the beginning where he's talking about how he's going to fill these shoes, and then like the responsibility factor that he has here. When you have that weight on your shoulders, because originally it was Sacha Baron Cohen who was cast. He left the project. And now
this feels like such a better choice to me.
I feel like Sacha Baron Cohen probably would have done a good job, but it would have been a little distracting that it was Sacha Baron Cohen.
It would have been weird.
From watching the trailer footage, I was like, oh, he's actually British. I was like, maybe he's doing something a little different with his voice, but that's just too good. There's no way this guy's American. Didn't even like cross my mind. So hearing him here, I'm like, oh shit, this dude's American. He sounds so authentically British.
Yeah.
And I love that part about how he himself said it, that he made the choice to not have a choreographer.
I loved that.
But
when he was like, I want a movement coach, just to have an actor really talk. He wasn't all like, hey, I did this. I created this character. Buy into me and my hype and whatever. Like, he was like, look, someone helped me with this. And I feel like people don't often acknowledge that. He's like, someone came in and helped me really get into this character. And what a fascinating job to have. For that lady who's a movement coach, she studied like probably all of Freddie Mercury's stuff and then took that to Rami. They worked on it together and really like the little things, and that's what's going to make this character feel real.
Exactly.
Because they got those little things, that attention to detail, that made me really excited.
Yeah, because they were not just talking about, obviously, the signature moves that Freddie Mercury does on stage, the way he handles with throwing the mic and walks across the stage, and like all those cool dance moves. It's like the little things, though, of how he looks up, how he uses his eyes. Those big attention to details make the biggest difference in any performance you do. And I think especially if you're doing a biopic role, an actor has to really know the physicality and then also can't just mimic it, but has to internalize all this, so it feels
it.
Yeah, that's really fascinating that he knew he was working on with a choreographer, and then he made the choice. And I never heard of that, of going, well, no, I need someone else different. I need a movement coach. I've never heard of an actor doing that before, because I've heard of actors taking on movement coaches, but never making this like conscious choice to
being
switch.
Like, I'm going to do this. Yeah, like he really took on the responsibility of like, how do I create this role in the best way? I sort of mentioned this before. He was talking about like all of his costume fittings and like all this skin tight stuff he had to wear. And for me, I'd be like, oh gosh, I ate a donut yesterday. Today I have to wear this Lycra suit. I wonder like if he like thought about that at all, or maybe he's just blessed with a natural metabolism.
I think he's naturally skinny. Like anytime I've seen this guy anywhere in anything, I'm always like, he's a really skinny dude. So it just seems like it worked in his favor. I think that part where he looked a little weird, that might have been around the time when Freddie Mercury started getting ill.
Yeah, you're probably right. I felt bad immediately after I said it, because then I was like, ooh, I bet that's a clip of him being like sick, and now I'm a terrible person for talking about how he looks weird. I'm insensitive.
Let's hope all those people who judge you made it to this part in the video before clicking off here.
Please have watched this far. Please don't think I'm a bad person. But I mean it. The mustache, just in general, helps
the whole structure of his face. He should always have the Freddie Mercury mustache.
I'm a fan of it.
Listen, guys, before we wrap this up, I wanted to give a patron of the day shout out to a woman named Victoria Huntley, who lives all the way in the UK. And she actually sent me photos of her and her hubby named Ricky. And man, are they a sexy looking couple. It's rare I see a married couple other than Paula's. I haven't seen her husband, but I'm assuming he's sexy.
He's good. He's fine.
He's
perfectly sufficient.
He's no Ricky in my mind, because your hubby hasn't pledged to our Patreon page. So that's why I think Victoria's hubby is so much sexier. So if you want to get sexy in my eyes,
Become a patron?
become a patron.
Good plug.
that easy. Yeah. Am I sexy now, Greg? No, Victoria, you're very sweet, and you're always messaging me, always getting little catch-ups on your life and learning a little bit about you each and every day. I'm so happy for all the support you've shown us, and I hope that you and Ricky have a beautiful child one day who doesn't murder you when he grows up.
I thought you were like making their pregnancy announcement for them right now.
Yeah.
That's what they said. I was like, oh, they're pregnant?
You might not know this, Victoria.
You might not know.
You're preggers.
Put down that glass of wine.
All right, guys. Well, it's cool. Normally, if I have a guest on the channel, they can help out with the shout-outs because they don't know who I'm talking to. But you have an improv skill about you, Paula.
Oh, what? Improv. I don't do that.
Who, what, where? Yes, and.
Yes, and establish your characters and location.
Just go with it.
It was like the
That's
worst
how
improv
improv works.
scene I've ever done. Just now, literally improvising about improv was really terrible.
Those are the best kind of improv shows. Listen, guys, subscribe to The Real Rejects. Yeah, Paula,
Yeah.
Fan Theory TV, if you want to watch along with Doctor Who with her. Also, her Twitch, YouTube, Paula Deming, Instagram and Twitter. She exists there as well, all in the description box. Check out our Patreon. There's a lot of goodies over there. We have TV show reactions and Q&As, but John also covers music videos. So, see ya.